Hey everyone, so I figured I'd do a little weekly training review just to give you guys an update as to what's going on. As you can see, the weights this week are pretty light, so that in and of itself isn't really newsworthy, but I figured I'd let you guys know I do have my next meet picked out. Going to be doing the RPS Heat Wave meet July, and again, I'm not really that disappointed in the results of my past meets so much as I do want to kind of get into a bit more of a groove because there is a lot of time between the Connecticut Spring Classic and Raw Nationals. One new thing I am doing, did start doing weighted dips. I think I might have done heavier than this before, but it's been a really long time. I know Jason Manikoff has posted some recent videos of some really big dips, with, even to the point where he's had to add 25 kilo plates because he can't fit enough 45s on the dip belt. But anyway, he did want to look at my squats, because of the depth issues. With weight this light, there's really no excuse not to hit depth. In fact, I bury these pretty easily. I'm not overly concerned at this point about, the fact that they might be a little too deep because, I've never really gone too deep at a meet. All my squats have basically just been just there, so I think I'll be fine. You just got to make sure that my technique's in the right place so I can be sure to hit depth consistently. Again, as the weights get heavier, it's going to be hard to just dive bomb through them. I do want to make sure that I can hit depth while still maintaining tension. But overall, these were all again pretty easy. And then with my Friday, second day of benching, hit 190 for 5, 200 for 4, and then 210 for 3, all pretty easily. So, anyway, going back to why I decided to pick this meet again, I did, want to shake the rust off a little bit. I mean, again, because, the past training cycle leading up to the Connecticut Spring Classic was basically, in an off-season mode. I figured, I might as well keep things going just to stay sharp. One thing I will say about RPS that is different from USAPL conditions, with their specialty bars for every lift. The bars are a lot longer, and they do feel a bit different from the USAPL, which uses just the standard Alico power bar for all 3 lifts. I'm not sure that it's going to matter all that much, considering that I don't train on that equipment anyway. I mean, it is something that, there is a difference there. But, I think, just doing a meet, certainly is going to be different than just training. And, it helps to, have the attempt selection and, everything else that goes with the meet in mind, when preparing for, a big meet. I mean, there is another meet that same weekend in Albany, the Liberty Games. I was hoping to do that, but I already committed to the RPS meet. Not as a lifter, but I will be coaching a lifter at that meet, so I'm basically stuck in Long Island. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing because, since the last time I did that meet last year, pretty much every meet I have been traveling, which has admittedly been taking a toll, and so it'll be nice to have a home meet, maybe get somewhat of a hometown crowd, and be able to sleep in my own bed. Did a 3-second pause and 225 single. That was probably the toughest lift that I had this whole week, but still moved decently well. And then from there I moved on to sumo, and I haven't really practiced sumo much in my last training cycle, so hopefully, getting a little more technique specific will help with any technique issues I may have. And yeah, 4 sets of 4, pretty easy. And then I move on to RDLs. I'm going up a little heavier, and started off with 185. That felt pretty easy, so went up to 205. This felt challenging enough that I stuck with it. And no need to be a hero on accessory work. And so again, this is a pretty easy week. Just 3 days of lifting. Looking forward to my first full week back starting next week. And looking forward to having a productive training cycle, getting in one more meet before the big one. And again, Raw Nationals isn't until October, so hopefully I can use this time to stay sharp and put up some better numbers. Till then, see ya.